This is an AI-generated podcast based on the article From Survival to Legacy, How Ryan Miller Built PWI on Faith, Culture, and Letting Go, written by Judi Bontreger. The article link is in the show notes. Welcome to Kingdom Factor Collective. I'm your host, Judi Bontreger, and today I'm sitting down with Ryan Miller, the leader of PWI, a company that's quadrupled in revenue, headcount, and square footage since 2017. Ryan, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Judy. Really glad to be here. It's always a little surreal to talk about this stuff out loud, But I think it matters, so let's do it.
Let's do it. So I want to start right at the beginning, 2017, because when I read about what that year looks like for you personally, it's almost hard to believe one person was carrying all of that at once. Can you just take us back there?
Yeah, so 2017, I lost my dad, who was the founder of PWI. My wife and I had just welcomed the 16-year-old into our home through a Big Brother program. She was pregnant with our fourth child after years of infertility. And I'm suddenly standing at the helm of this company going, I don't actually know how to do this. Like, there was no executive leadership team, no core values, no mission statement. It was just Ryan running the show, whatever that even meant.
That's a lot. And what did you do? Because most people in that spot either freeze or they start thrashing,
I called Dave Ramsey's EntreLeadership team. Honestly, I was desperate. I was not in a good place anywhere in my life. And I just knew I'm going to lose this company. And that phone call, and then the 5-day master series that followed, it didn't just save the business. It launched this whole season of transformation. For me personally, and for PWI.
So you come back from that seminar, and what changes first?
I knew I had some really hard decisions to make. There were people who were, plainly put, poisonous to the culture. I had to let them go. And then I had to build a leadership team essentially from scratch. Identified 5 people, delegated ownership of sales, operations, engineering, marketing, and then came the hardest part, actually letting go. Because when you've been white-knuckling everything yourself, releasing control feels like falling. But that team became the structure that held me accountable to keep growing.
And then John Maxwell enters the picture. I love that you had Ramsey for the business architecture and Maxwell for the culture. Can you unpack that a little?
Yeah, that's exactly it. Dave helped me figure out the business. John helped me in the culture piece. And culture, my brothers used to call the whole thing foo-foo, right? We're a company full of welders. What does culture have to do with us? And now they're completely sold on it because of the results they see. The thing that really hit me was hearing Jim Blanchard describe how John Maxwell pushed him to go all in on culture for 4 years. And Forbes named his bank #1 in America 10 consecutive years. And he said, you can either clap and take it as a great story, or you can actually do this. And I chose to do it.
Okay, so what does that actually look like on the floor at PWI? Like, what does culture first mean for a manufacturing company day to day?
So we started these voluntary roundtables. Employees sit around tables for lunch and they discuss values, integrity, honesty, humility, self-restraint. And I'm telling you, Judy, I've got grown men sitting at these tables talking about suicide in their families, marriage problems, personal struggles they've never said out loud in a workplace before. Grown men crying. And the results? Job applications flow in faster than we can process them. Family members refer family members. We've got father and son teams, husband and wife pairs. People aren't just taking a job. They're bringing the people they love most into a place they trust. Does that make sense?
That really does. And I think it connects directly to faith, because PWI opens every employee meeting with prayer. In a workforce with all kinds of backgrounds and beliefs. How does that land?
The response is consistent. Respect. We don't push our faith on anyone. We live it. And one of our core values is actually built around this. Live with open hands. Because every opportunity is a gift from God. And I mean that. The 4-fold growth since 2017, I can't take credit for that. My life motto is to do things so big that people know it's not me. Because I can't do it without him. It has far outgrown me, and I know it's God's blessing. How could I ever take credit for that?
I love that. And it goes back to your dad, right? Because that legacy of faith in the business, that started with him. He started tithing from the company itself, not just personally.
He did. A fellow business owner challenged him to start tithing out of the business, and he always said that was the first year he showed a profit. They started giving, and he said, "We'll never go back." And we never have. But here's the thing. I heard all of that growing up. I just didn't take it for myself until after my dad passed away. That's when I said, "This is mine now." That was a turning point for me.
That's powerful. Before we wrap up, you mentioned that younger leaders in your community look at PWI and think you've got it all under control. What do you say to that?
That is the lie. Literally the lie people believe. I've got stress, hard meetings with my brothers. We're three partners who are basically 99% the same wiring. All visionaries, all drivers. I actually put the question to Patrick Lencioni at a live event once, and he laughed and said, "You guys are great salespeople, but your meetings are a disaster." And he's right. But my message to younger leaders is this: let go. Stop believing you're the only one who can do what you do. Find people, train them, invest in them. In a year from now, they might surpass you. That's not failure. That is legacy.
Ryan, that's such a great place to land. Thank you for being this open and this honest today. There's so much here for anyone building a business and trying to do it with faith at the center.
Thank you for having me. Every single thing that's happened at PWI has been intentional, not luck. Hard work, late hours, hiring people we thought we couldn't afford, and in the middle of all of it, we've been very blessed. I hope that encourages somebody.
I think it will. Listeners, the full article this episode is based on is linked in the show notes. Definitely worth the read. We'll see you next time on Kingdom Factor Collective.